What's going on, boys? My name is Sid, but today I thought I'd do a bit of a different video. Not a type of video that I've done in a very long time. Now, I've had my wheel, my gaming wheel, for quite a while. People always ask me if I have one, and when they find out that I do, they ask me why I don't use it. It's because I didn't have it set up for a very long time, but something came up that made me think, you know what, I'll set back up my wheel, and I'll actually use it this time around. But I am not going to do this video like this. What's the fun in doing this video like this? You know, we're there on my new webcam. It's just a Logitech, but it's a C2922 instead of a 20, whatever. But I'm not going to do this video like this. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this video like this. I now have a separate camera setup. I could have both on if I wanted. I mean, that would make for quite the stream, but I now have a wheel cam, and the reason I have this wheel cam set up is because, well, bear with me, you know what, I'm gonna show you some cool stuff, because if you didn't know, wheel in the Crew 2 is actually better than controller. Your car turns quicker, your car can go either side a lot. Yeah, how do I describe this? You can go from left to right. I'm looking over there because I'm looking at the camera. You can go from left to right so quickly compared to anything else. Okay, I blame the road being wet. I'll show you how good the wheels is. I'll show you how good the wheel is. Okay, I got this. And I'm on PC today because, well, again, the same reason that I'm doing a wheel video today, or that I even have a wheel fully set up like this. It's for the same reason. I've moved my camera. I mean, straight away, let's go do a street race. Something I recognize, right? Something I know I can do. A good old Harlem West, right? Harlem West is fine. I know how to do Harlem West. We're in the McLaren 720S. This thing is a cool car, but we need a street car, and one of those is... let's go in something... Here we go. So if I'm trying to show you that this car is really good, how do I switch parts? R3? Where is R3? Down there. Okay. The wheel I'm using is a Thrustmaster T-150. It's a good entry-level wheel. So you got the Logitech G29, and then you've got the Thrustmaster T-150. They're both basically the same level of entry wheels. You don't want anything cheaper than them. And, you know, if you go any more expensive, you're going for more of the add-ons and whatnot, right? The specific stuff. Advanced, force feedback, whatever. The Thrustmaster T-150 and the G29, the Logitech G29, or both of their Xbox counterparts. Those are the two wheels I can recommend. Really good entry-level wheels. But you know what? Let's do this race and show you that, you know what? Just because I don't play wheel day to day, just because I'm too lazy to set it up, doesn't mean I've lost my skill at wheel, okay? I still know what I'm doing when it comes to wheel. Here we go. If you saw one of my videos recently, I also have reached out to Goosiest. We see how that goes. Hopefully, maybe we'll even be on wheel drifting with Goosiest in a hot minute. You can change camera angle. I never use automatic, okay? In my defense, I don't use automatic in general. Or, sorry, sequential, I guess. Oh, no, sorry. Manual is what I mean. Sequential is what I corrected to. Automatic is what I use. Okay. I'll show you my wheel settings in a bit too, in case you've been considering getting a racing wheel for the Crew 2. My wheel settings aren't really like immersion settings or anything. My wheel settings are purely, okay, being good at the game kind of settings, right? They're the settings that let me maximize gameplay. And for street, yes, wheel still really good, right? Wheel very good for street, but the places it really shows is stuff like touring car and Alpha GP. And I'll really prove to you the Alpha GP aspect of that in a hot minute. God, I feel like I've started like 70 tangents, and I don't remember which ones I needed to carry on. Right, so why I've actually decided to, one, rig up my wheel semi-permanently. It's gonna stay here now. The wheel is gonna stay rigged up, so I can just bust it out on stream, even have this camera busted out on stream, right? I can do that whenever, but the reason I've done so is because I have launched a wheel gameplay channel. So you know those channels on the Crew 2? They'll use like a wheel and drive a bike, or they'll use a wheel and just drive like the most mundane looking Mercedes or Audi. Yeah, those channels, how they get like 1 trillion views per video. One of those. you know, if you've got the time to burn, I'm going to be uploading daily Forza, Crew 2, stuff like that. Or at least I'm going to try to keep that up daily as well as uploading daily on this channel, etc., right? But that channel, check it out. SidWaj, it's going to be linked in the description. It's just wheel gameplay. It's cruising, it's driving, it's drifting. It's all of that good stuff. In fact, speaking of, let's go do some drifting. Here we go. I'm heading over to the drift road I love to go on very much. I've got the HUD off right now, mostly because of that channel, really. One, I need to start grinding on PC so I can get the cars, so I can start doing... I've got 3 accounts now. I've got SidWaj, the Rookie to Icon account. I've got my main account, and I've got my PC account. But let me head over here. And honestly, drifting is not that bad. People complain about the physics in the Crew 2. I don't mind them. I don't mind them, right? If you're using the right wheel settings, etc., it's not terrible. I've got a bit of Crew 2 syndrome here, really, right? Like, I'm turning way more for how much the wheel actually turns. But hey, I'm actually, to be fair, even though, I don't know if I'm playing a low. Am I playing a low? Okay, no, that seems pretty low. Although I'm playing a very low, well, I forgot what it's called. I don't know, Josh would know what it's called. Even though I'm playing low spin amount, right, the point I'm trying to make here, even though I'm playing low spin wheel whatever, it's still, you know, more than the wheel in the Crew 2 turns, which is rather funny. This is one of my best, okay, that's a terrible time to start talking about that. This is one of my favorite drift cars, right? It's one of my favorite drift cars. I like taking it out. I like taking it out on controller a lot. But I've genuinely, at least for this channel especially, been trying to get better at wheel drifting. Which isn't terrible, especially with the fact that I reached out to goddamn Goosiest, right? Yeah. So, I mean, if I've reached out to Goosiest, I'm gonna want to be good at wheel drifting. Again, by the way, like I said, if you want to see more wheel, just raw wheel gameplay, check out SidWaj. You know, it would be nice if you checked it out, watch that. But yeah, I'm going to show you Alpha GP. I'm going to show you how overpowered wheel can be. I'm going to show you my settings. So, don't bloody stop watching the video now. Let's move on to... Okay, let me actually drift a little bit to actually prove myself here. Oh my god, I've hit like every wall. Okay, you know what it is? I did a video with the RX-7, so I'm used to its handling right now. Someone mentioned something about the counter steer. I don't know. It felt like counter steer. I don't know. I can drift much better on the Crew 2 on wheel than I can on Forza on wheel, you know. So, that's a whole thing. I mean, PC Crew 2 definitely looks a lot nicer. I don't think I'm going to be playing wheel 2 consistently, right, by the way. Don't expect me to be playing wheel every stream. Even though it's going to be sat here, controller's still just easier. Like, it really is. But I've got the wheel here, and if people beg for it enough, I'll even turn on the wheel cam and start blitzing in wheel. Maybe that would be a bit of fun as well. It's basically a whole different viewer experience, right? I'm over on the right side of the screen now. Oh my god, whoa, normally I'm over there. The outline is just a white outline of the webcam. It's just a white outline instead of a white outline with a black interior of the outline. Okay, let's try and hit this one, right? There we go. A lot of throttle management, but you know what? I'm not about to get a foot cam just so you guys can see my throttle management. Okay. There's no way I just did that. I was trying to spin out so I could show you my wheel settings. What? I'm more cracked than I even realized. That's just what it is. Yeah, okay, we were losing momentum there. So, my wheel settings, and now you may not want them, right? They're not exactly sim racing settings, right? They're not cruising settings. What did I click? What? Can you customize on the fly? What have I just... Test control. I didn't even know that existed. Oh my god. Okay, that's cool, I guess. Oh, that number shouldn't be changed. There we go. So I use 510 wheel range. I use gearbox oil, obviously. You can use sequential, you know. The paddles work. They're really fun to use, actually. You know, they're satisfying to use and whatnot. Force feedback, 0. Right. Force feedback in the Crew 2 isn't force feedback. What force feedback is the ground, the car, everything you feel what's going on with your car, right? The wheels fighting against you. In the Crew 2, the force feedback is just steer through sludge. Just look, now I have to, I just have a stiffness on the wheel. That's all it is. It's just force feedback equals this amount permanently. So I always choose, and I would recommend, just get rid of force feedback. Like, there is literally no point in it, because it's just not how cars even feel. And plus the fact that I, you know, use the Crew 2 wheel for more of a gaming aspect rather than like a cruising around them. Obviously now with the SidWaj channel that is not really the case, but you know, I don't use it for that aspect. So, okay. My drifting is better on SidWaj. Alright, let's go to the goddamn Alpha GP. Here we go, we're in Alpha GP. These things are where wheel bias really shows. Because the turning, your car, your wheels turning more than they can on a normal controller shows. The fact that you can go from right to left so much quicker shows. All of it shows so much more in Alpha GP. And you'll see when we get to the old chicanes. Because Alpha GP goddamn love their chicanes. I assume we don't have parts on this thing, which is unfortunate. But right here, that, like you can see, SidWaj there, possibly, most likely using a controller, is now miles behind because he dinked a wall when I can just so seamlessly, with all of the goddamn control in the world. It's so overpowered. It's insanely overpowered. The similar things go for touring car, mostly because, but you know, touring cars still drift, right? Especially the old clunky touring cars that are basically just street, right? They're basically just street cars, the older touring cars with the older handling model. With Alpha GP, something that is genuinely glued to the ground, you can do stuff like this, and it's overpowered. It's just insane that stuff like this is even possible. I mean, there is unfortunate stuff, right? You can't rebind the wheel mapping on console, unfortunately. And like Nitro is really awkward to hit down here. For me, I've got Nitro binded up to here. That's perfectly fine for me. But having to go down to there for Nitro, oh, I don't like this turn. Okay. I just don't like that turn. But yeah, having to go down to here for Nitro is awkward. You can't rebind the buttons, which sucks. But other than that, like, there's still going to be downsides. There's still going to be downsides. But overall, I can recommend wheel. And hey, grab a Thrustmaster T-150 or Logitech G29. They're both really good. And if you want to see some cruising content, of course, SidWaj. But genuinely, wheel, I'm showing you here. It's nuts. And I mean, even on PC, there's weird things, right? I think apparently it's just like a Windows issue. Maybe it's this wheel. I don't know what it is. Sometimes when you tab out, it's like a luck. It's RNG that the wheel would just stop working with the game you're playing. It'll just stop working for some reason if you tab out too much. There's a bunch of issues like that, but those are more just like general issues than the outrageous inconvenience of not being able to rebind. I wouldn't mind playing sequential, right? Like, it's good. The paddles are really satisfying to use in the Crew 2. And honestly, tell me if you'd want to see another video about wheel, or maybe just another video playing with wheel. Like, the not talking, just driving videos are gonna be on SidWaj, but if you want to see wheel videos where I'm actually talking, playing, etc., or like doing something, I don't know, maybe even a rookie to icon video on wheel, let me know. Tell me about it, and maybe I'll do it. You know, we got the mic right here, the camera over there. We got the 2 cameras, right? Everything is sorted out. I could even on the fly, I'm gonna have to be careful here. I can even on the fly just go, oh my god, whoa, it's me. Ah, crazy. Back to the wheel. Oh my god, the fact that I made that turn last minute and still made it insane is insane. And then I'm spinning out on a straight road, god damn it. Oh, there goes SidWaj. Oh, that's crazy. Oh my god, okay. Hey, if you're new to the Crew 2, subscribe to this channel as well, by the way. I do a bunch of Crew 2 content, Forza content, Need for Speed content.
Well, our
those individual communities don't seem to like that I do the other games contents. But hey, don't even worry about it. Whatever you want to watch, I'll probably do it. So check out all of the content on the channel. After this video, just check out one of my other videos. Thank you to popular members, special thanks to famous members, insane thank you to star member Hoki, and an insane thank you to icon member Dustin for love of life. That's about it from me, boys. I can't do the in a bit.